Hi there, I'm Chris Devine, and this is Six String World. And a happy new year to you all. I hope you all have a great, happy, and healthy 2021. So, for the last Gear of the Year item is this it's the Mono Dual Gig Bag. And this was kind of an impulse buy on my end of things, but it makes sense. In my past, gig bags really weren't that great overall. My first ones were very cheap. The padding was very thin. The nylon exteriors wouldn't even be acceptable for a windbreaker. The shoulder straps were pitiful, and they overall weren't well made. Now, thankfully, gig bags have come a long way, and I do have a few nice gig bags. And when it comes to when I have to go off to practice or a gig or the studio, I usually bring two guitars, and that means a gig bag on each shoulder, a pedal board bag in one hand, an amp in the other, which means I'm usually pretty well loaded up, and it makes going through any normal sized doorway very tough to navigate. So I figured a dual gig bag could make things easier, and it has. Now, first of all, mono gig bags are quite nice, and yes, they are quite expensive. It's a premium product, and you pay a premium price tag. The materials, though, are top notch, from the external water resistant skin. The zippers are high quality, and the zipper pulls are excellent as well too. The soft lining, as well as the thick foam padding that's all around, and it's all put together very well. Excellent stitching that's super robust, and inside each guitar compartment is this wonderful little neck brace that you can see in here. I'll have some close-up photos of it for you, as well as a little strap to hold it in place, a little Velcro item to keep the neck from sliding around inside this wonderfully thick padded compartment for both guitars, which is great. The shoulder straps are thick and padded as well too on the upper part. They have nylon ends as well as quick release straps on there as well too. And the other thing is really nice is up here in the top there's so many zippers on this. There's also a nice little compartment up here in the top for things like multi-tools. You can put a card in there for if it ever gets lost, so you know whose this is. And put string winders, multi-tools. If you're standing up at an airport, this is always great to stick your boarding pass in. That way you're not trying to find it in whatever pocket of your jacket or in your pants you have. It's always great to have it right there. And they always obviously have the Go Play with the airplane logo on there, so that kind of makes sense if you're always trying to find something up here, especially if you're having your guitar with you. It makes it all nice and easy in one shot. Now, overall, this has made bringing two guitars around a lot easier. The only thing I did not consider when I got this was you're going to be carrying the weight of two guitars around in one bag and not spread out between two separate gig bags. It's a bit of a duh moment, but you get used to that added weight pretty easily when you're moving around. Now, I'm not traveling with two guitars for gigging around the world, but this could very easily be one of those items that can get gate checked at an airport without any issue. And I'll point out, every time I do travel through airports, especially around the time of the NAMM shows, the gig bag I always see on everybody's backs is a mono gig bag. Sometimes it's a single one, sometimes they're dual ones, but those are the ones I always happen to see when I'm getting around. I happen to have the mono Voyager gig bag and the sleeve single gig bag as well too. This has the same protection that mono is known for. I know a ton of players using these bags, and they swear by them. They are expensive, yes, but if you consider getting a cheaper gig bag, the cost of having to repair an instrument, if it gets damaged while inside an inferior gig bag, the downtime you have to deal with of not having that instrument available while it gets repaired, it makes a lot of sense. Now, the other thing is, there are some boutique small craft builders that don't offer hard cases, as making specific cases for particular shapes can be very expensive. So I've seen a lot of these builders, if they do something that's maybe a little bit different body shape wise, they usually go for a mono gig bag. And if they believe in them, I sure can too, and I'm sure you will be able to as well. Now, with no gigs on my horizon, getting a gig bag this expensive and specific might not make a lot of sense, but I'll be ready when the time comes to get out there. So I'm very happy about that. Overall, it's a very high quality dual gig bag with plenty of functionality and the protection for my beloved instruments, which is great, and it's well worth the price. So overall, it's one of those purchases that, you know, a lot of people sometimes say, I'll skimp on this. Don't. Trust me. If you're going to be bringing your instruments around and traveling, whether you're traveling locally, you know, maybe traveling just on the subway or a bus or a trolley, you know, a good gig bag is going to come in handy big time on that one. If you are going to be traveling maybe by airplane, again, these are durable enough for gate checking and can handle pretty much anything that you could probably throw at that point. So I would suggest if you're going to travel without a hard shell case, these are the gig bags you're going to want to check out. So very cool stuff from Mono, and I'm very happy, and I can't wait to get to use this a lot and you know, make life a lot easier going in and out of gigs in the studio and practice, which I'm looking forward to in 2021. So anyways, that's today's episode for 2020 Gear of the Year. I'd love to hear from you guys. What gear purchases did you make this year? Are you using gig bags? Are you using a case? How do you have a dual gig bag? Are you carrying a couple of them at the same time? Please share that in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from it. And if you like this channel, please hit the subscribe button, and the bell icon will let you know when I put up a new video. And if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, and if you want to share it, there's a button for that as well. And you can share it on social media, text, and email as well. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.